Hi everybody, today is July 15, 2022. Just finished training one of my clients, very nice lady by the name of Geraldine. I guess I won't say her age, that's not right to do, but let's just say that Geraldine is in at least the second third of her life. And always have interesting conversations. One really heartwarming thing that she said to me, she said that when I find myself feeling overwhelmed at work and things like that, and I think back to this workout and I just think to myself, okay, this is hard, but if I can do that hard workout, I can do this. And one of the things is strength training, particularly well done strength training, where you're doing it intensely enough, not only builds your muscles, but it builds character as well. So interestingly, I've been away on holidays. She's been away. We've both been spending time at the cottage, and maybe at the cottage with the fresh air and whatnot, we sort of a little bit of vigilance goes down. I know for me, a lot went down, and I overate while I was there. But I'm reminded a little bit about Stephen Covey from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He used to talk about making deposits and withdrawals from certain accounts. And for example, your integrity account. So he would say every time you make a promise to yourself and you keep it, you're making a deposit into your integrity account. Every time you make a promise to yourself that you don't keep, you're keeping a withdrawal, making a withdrawal from your integrity account. And the idea behind that was, of course, that you're building strength by making more and more deposits and losing strength of character by doing that. Because if you're continually breaking promises that you make to yourself, then of course, if you say you're going to do something, there will soon be a little voice behind going, yeah, right, we've heard this before, and you never stick to it. Another one was an emotional bank account, what had to do with relationships with other people. Basically saying, whenever you make a deposit into an emotional bank account in a relationship, for example, let's say for your spouse, when you take the time to listen, when you're there for them, when maybe they're in less than a good mood, but you show them understanding instead of resentment. When you support them in decisions that you may not necessarily agree with, but want to support them. All these various things that you do when you pay them a compliment, when you help out around the house, whatever these things, you're making deposits into that account. Now, of course, when you make withdrawals from the account, then, basically when you snap at somebody because you're in a bad mood, because, of course, when you tell a lie to somebody and get caught in your lie, that's a huge withdrawal from the emotional account. When you're not there for them when they need you, all these various things are obviously withdrawals. And the idea is that you have a balance in these accounts. And that balance is either growing or shrinking. And he used to talk, for example, an emotional bank account is if you get to the point where you've made so many more withdrawals than deposits, the account is overdrawn. And that often spells the end of the relationship. On the other hand, if you've made many deposits in an account and you have a really high balance, and one day, for whatever reason, you mess up and make a withdrawal, well, the relationship can survive it because it's got a good balance in it. It's going to go the other way, but it's going to survive it because it's got a good balance in it because you've made so many deposits in the past. So, what's that got to do with fitness? Well, I think at any given point in time, we're making, or fitness or health, we're making deposits or withdrawals into our health or fitness account. First, whenever you do a workout, and I shouldn't say whenever you do a workout, because if you do too many, it can actually become withdrawals because you have to give yourself time to recover from your workout. But assuming it's the scheduled workout that you do once or twice a week, you go in, you work hard, you're making a deposit into your health/fitness account, which are not the same thing, but it's another story for another day. When you drink water, regularly and do what you have to do, when you resist eating junk food or too much junk food, because I think every now and then you got to treat yourself to a piece of chocolate or things like that. It's part of life too. And of course, if you've made sufficient deposits into your account, then that piece of chocolate, that week at the cottage where you overdo it and whatnot, you can handle that withdrawal. Not saying it's a good thing, but in order to be able to make withdrawals, you have to make deposits. And strength training is such a big, properly done, is such a big deposit into a health fitness account, because if you are, particularly as you start to get gray hair like myself, if you are actually getting stronger, if you're doing something that's actually making you stronger, consider, that account of getting stronger or getting weaker. Well, if you're actually getting stronger, or at the very least maintaining your strength, because Father Time is doing its darndest to make withdrawals out of that account. And eventually we know that Father Time will eventually win. But the longer we can keep making deposits to try to take away from, what Father Time is doing, even grow the other way, it's extremely powerful thing that we can do. So I think it's really important to do that. Keeping in mind, maybe just a little preview of my next one, that when you do things for the purpose of health and fitness that at the same time hurt you, are hard on your joints and things like that, you could be making a deposit and a withdrawal at the same time. So you want to be doing things in your fitness regimen that are good for your muscles, make you stronger without hurting your joints, limbs. So preview for the next one, I want to talk about sports and recreational activities and how many of those things, in my opinion, may be over-glorified and wind up creating a lot of damage, particularly to young people who we glorify, when they're good at sports in high school and things like that. And they're really beating up their bodies, doing a lot of stuff that will come back to haunt them in life. But that's the next one. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, and make some deposits into your integrity, your emotional bank accounts, and your fitness health accounts today, or at least make more deposits than you do withdrawals. Have a great day. Love it if you could subscribe to this channel and share it with others.